It is the No1 Podcast. I am your host, Coach Jake. Hope you guys are doing good today. You can see I got my new set. I got a new office. I know I've been gone a lot. I've been grinding hard, man. We wrapped up one hell of a great season to the accelerator camps for scientific wrestling. I was the #1 coach for Grant Cardone out of the elite coaches. So I'm in the top 5% of coaches for Grant. I'm in what's known as the elite coaching program, which means Grant gives me his leads to help coach, right? Well, I've been busting my ass with that. And I was the number one 10X coach again for July. So I've been grinding on that. I had a wonderful camp with Pat Miletich, which was just absolutely mind-blowing. What's up, Jay Gamez, Scoot SC, Darren, Exotic Plants? Happy to see all you guys. You can throw things up in the chat if you want to chit-chat. Happy to talk to you guys. Got questions, whatever. I'm just stopping in for a second. Thought there was some interesting things. Like I said, we had a wonderful, wonderful spring camp season. We're going to be changing things up a little bit. For those of you guys here for Scientific Wrestling, we will still be doing these certifications. We will be adding a really nice complementary online component to our in-person coaching to make sure that you guys are absolutely the best catch-as-catch-can coaches that you can be. The affiliate program is blowing up. So, obviously scientificwrestler.com if you want to join our mission. Had lunch with Minoru Suzuki, which was really, really fun. He came out to Denver for a booking, got to go to lunch with him for another, spent some time with him. We talked about Frank Shamrock. I sent a message back and forth between those two, so it's kind of cool. What else is going on? So, yeah, #1 coach for Grant Cardone again, just racking up those wins, baby. So what I'm doing, we're going to set this new schedule for Scientific Wrestling, and we are going to basically be doing one big camp. I'm going to try to get a bunch of big names to one camp. It's going to be a little more expensive, but it's going to be a mind-blowing experience. That will likely be in November, so start getting ready, saving your pennies, pay down your credit cards or whatever you need to do. Let's do this. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime historic event. That's what we do. Pat Miletich was amazing. We ran this camp over at our affiliate in Orlando. Brian Ruscio has a great gym called Grappling Mastery. Check it out, grapplingmastery.com. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about branding. I wanted to talk about the business of MMA, of grappling. This is super important in general, okay, for all businesses. How many of you guys, just give me a #1 in the chat, how many of you guys got your own businesses, right? So I wanted to touch base on some of this. And just so you guys know, this is my Instagram camera that I'm pointing at now. And then these guys up here are Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the other socials. So if you want to know why I keep going back and forth between the two cameras. Anyway, you guys have any questions for me at all with anything that I can help you with, business, the grappling stuff, let me know. I'm here for you. In the meantime, I saw this great article on Sportskeeda, and it was Demetrius Johnson talking about the importance of branding. Okay, we know who he is because maybe you don't know Demetrius Johnson, but you might have heard of Mighty Mouse. Right. And so what he was talking about was really in this article on Sportskeeda, it's still over there if you go to sportskeeda.com. He was talking about the importance of branding, right? So recently over there, Demetrius Johnson's total legend in MMA, but he was talking about it. And he said, you want to build your brand. You want to be authentic and consistent, right? Think about that. Authenticity and consistency. How do you do that? How do you guys, if you have an answer, I'll share it to the group, post it in the chat, but how do you project both authenticity and consistency? These are important things for people if they are going to transact with you, right? If people want to, they're going to do business with you, obvious authenticity. So I think we can address that maybe a little bit later, but I think it's important for you guys to recognize consistency. So one of the things that I do is, if you'll notice on social media, I am constantly posting. I'm constantly providing content so you guys know that I am here. Like consistency, right? That if you spend your money with me, I'm not going to go fly by night. I mean, now at this point, I've been doing this as a business since 2003, and I've been in the business since UFC 2 in 1994 or whenever that was. Right. So I've got that consistency. Now, let's touch on authenticity real quick. What does that mean? To me, authenticity is, I think sometimes in this modern age, people get jaded. And it really has to do with truth, with like honesty, with reality. So for me, the easiest thing to do is just to be transparent. I'll tell you everything. I'm an open book, right? I mean, obviously I'll keep my family stuff private, but with regards to the business and what I'm trying to sell and transact and provide value for, I'm going to be completely an open book. You can ask me any question. I'll do my very best to answer it, because that authenticity is going to develop trust, right? So what are the things that develop trust? You have to have trust to be able to get a sale. Now, some people are manipulative, inauthentic, and they trick people into trust, and then the people get buyer's remorse, or it's a scam. But if you can have consistency, which is showing up all the time, you can have trust. And if you have authenticity, which means as you show up, people see that your deeds match your words. Is that clear? I hope this is helping anybody. So I'd like you to really reflect on this. How can you be more authentic? How can you be more transparent? I'd love to hear your comments, right? And this goes out to YouTube and stuff too. So there'll be people watching it even when it's not live. Love to get your comments. Let me just scroll here, make sure I didn't miss anybody. No. Okay, good. So here's the other thing, right? Let's talk about investing, right? What is investing? It's when you basically put something into something with the anticipation that it's going to grow. Farming is an investment. I take a seed, I dig a hole, I put the seed in there, close the hole, put some water, tend to it, prune it, all that kind of thing. And that investment then bears fruit. Now, there's financial investments. There's exercise is a physical investment, making sure your nutrition is right and you're controlling yourself and not just, whatever's advertised to you that you gobble up, whatever sugar-laden fucking poison that they're pushing now, or red dye, or however they're poisoning you. You take control of that. These are investments that pay dividends, right? I'm using the financial metaphors, but this is really an important way to think, right? You've got to invest in yourself first. What does that mean? So if I'm talking to people that are in grappling, you've got to come to training camps. You've got to buy equipment. You've got to go to a gym. That is investing in yourself. Does that make sense? So it could even be investing in marketing, right? To stream, to reach you guys right now and let you know about what I'm doing and what matters to me. And hopefully you find value in it, like you have for over 20 years with scientific wrestling, or with number one coaching, right? The thing about being the number one coach for Grant, which is awesome, is that it goes with my branding, which is what we're talking about. This is why I've worked so hard. Yeah, obviously it's great. Now Grant knows me, this billionaire, celebrity guy, because I'm the number one guy facilitating the material and helping business owners with that material make more money. Okay. But beyond being number one and getting known by Grant, which is huge, I've invested in myself because now I can say I'm the number one coach. I'm the number one coach for Catch as Catch Can Wrestling. I'm the number one coach for Grant Cardone. I'm the number one guy that started the entire Mace fitness movement, the modern fitness Mace. So to me, this idea of number one is super duper important. And I only work with number one guys like Wade Chalice, like Pat Miletich. Do you see how all this is kind of dovetailing into what my brand is aiming at? So what is your personal brand, right? I want you to understand this because not only do I have one foot in MMA, because what we do, in my opinion, my educated opinion, and the opinion of other people like Anthony Lionheart Smith and Pat Miletich, Josh Barnett, Sakuraba, Minoru Suzuki, all these guys, Frank Shamrock, catch wrestling is the best method by which to train for MMA, right? So I got one foot in MMA, but I also got one in WWE. We had Drew Gulak, former WWE superstar. He was a WWE superstar when he brought us out at the last WrestleMania up to his place in Philadelphia to train. Worked with Shayna Baszler, worked with Daniel Bryan, worked with all these freaking people, right? Joaquin Wilde. I mean, just all these WWE guys that have worked with us. Why should you be focusing on investing in yourself? Why should you be focusing on your marketing? Why should you? Because let me give you an example. Do we know who Jonathan Coachman is with the WWE? You guys know him? He was the like an announcer guy, black dude, great guy, cool guy. I've not met him, but super cool, right? Well, guess what? There's a WWE champion. He's a newer guy for some of you guys that only know the Attitude Era, like me. I'm 51, so I don't pay attention. I don't watch pro wrestling that much. But this guy Big E, he was part of the New Day, the big, strong black dude. Well, during his spot, he broke his neck, dude. Snapped his neck now. Okay. And because of that, he's not been able to make money doing what he had planned on. So the importance of him having a brand and being able to leverage that is more important than ever. Right. So he's never going to wrestle again. So he figure out how is he going to make some money now. This is why it's important to have all the branding stuff figured out. Does this make sense? What is your personal brand? Right? What is a brand? A brand, the idea comes from like branding a cow, right? Like the circle, the bar. Like we had a ranch when I grew up, a farm. We had cows and we had all kinds of stuff. My grandparents were farmers in Nebraska, Dalton, Nebraska, Sidney, that area, southern Nebraska. And they had this Bar VA. Last name was Van Ann, so Bar VA was the brand. Does this make sense? So that was recognized. Hey, this is boom. So now let's think of a brand. Let's think of Scientific Wrestling. Catch as catch can for MMA. Modern catch wrestling for MMA and grappling. That's the brand. Number one. Going to help win. The brand. Mace Bell. Right? Do you see how these brands trigger emotions? That's what we're trying to do. UFC. That triggers a certain vibe. WWE triggers another vibe. TKO triggers another vibe, right? Endeavor. Does this make sense? I hope this is useful to you guys. So the other thing to kind of bring this full circle, your brand needs to be able to weather a storm. So in the case of Big E, is he going to be able to transition now that he'll never wrestle again to take his brand to another level? Now, who's somebody who's done this masterfully? Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a freaking genius at this, right? World champ, boxing champ, vicious, blah, 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 goes to jail on rape charges. Okay. Like this is hard, awful, bad for the brand kind of stuff. And yet he was able to turn it around, right? Talk about with authenticity and consistency, what had to happen to overcome the lessons that he learned, the mistakes that he made, the dues that he paid, redemption. being forgiven, working through it, making sure he never makes that mistake again. Like, this is super crucial. The reason I bring this up is it's not just Big E with a broken neck. It's not just Mike Tyson. Alex Pereira, right? Everybody knows about Alex Pereira, this superstar WWE guy just mowing through, UFC guy mowing through everybody, right? Well, after UFC 302, man, he had some pretty vicious, nasty accusations laid down. I mean, look at Donald Trump. Guy's got, not only does he have, okay, so here's a fine point. Accusations aren't truth. Okay, this is why we have a presumption of innocence in this culture, is that a lot of people could point a finger and tell you, blame you for something. It could be wrong or malicious. It could be a lie. We don't know until there's a trial and the evidence has been vetted. But okay, so we know Mike Tyson actually was convicted. The evidence in a jury of peers was convincing enough that he actually went to prison. Let's look at somebody like Donald Trump. Okay, lots of crazy accusations. I mean, what is that one porn star chick or whatever? Even audio tape of him saying awful things, right? And he's still trying to overcome that. Now, the same thing is going on with this Alex Pereira. He's got to start figuring out how he can work this brand with all this turmoil, because part of the problem with branding and with getting attention, you have to get attention to make money, but it can cut both ways. So you've got to figure out, how do I manage this attention, right? You don't want to back down, because if you're being successful, you're going to have people that attack you for no good reason. We've seen this over and over again. We've seen people like Jesse Sommelier or whatever his name is, straight up lie about stuff. So we know that this happens, but the problem is how do we make sure that the brand is strong and resilient? And again, I think it goes to authenticity and consistency. So again, I would challenge you guys, even in the face of adversity, how do you maintain your brand consistency and strength? Now, if you are a bad person, so if you are doing bad things and you don't stop doing them, that's probably going to be bad for the brand. Okay. However, I do think there is always this ability for redemption if you do really try to change course. Okay. Some people do go extreme and they claim that they're born again Christians, or they do. And maybe that is the truth too. I don't know. It's a PR trick. But I do think that being authentic and being consistent and showing up and having the hard conversations is really where that is. So listen, guys, I have another client that I've got a service here in about 5 minutes. Ask me anything right now. This is the time. I'm going to focus on you guys. And I just want you guys to know, while we're waiting for this, you have to take action on things. Okay. I would highly recommend, dude. I tried to make our affiliate program for scientific wrestling. It's not only the #1 affiliate program. Again, like we just took Pat Miletich out to our affiliate, champion to 11 world MMA champions, UFC Hall of Famer. Like, we're really doing great things. Best investment you'll ever make. Please get involved with us. We got great things happening. I just got a deal signed where we are going to, thanks to one of our scientific wrestlers, Kevin, who is a deputy sheriff in Missouri, we're going to be teaching the entire state sheriffs about catch as catch can for law enforcement. This is going to be the next big thing. Something I've been pushing, though, and I've been persistent and authentic and consistent with for years, was this belief that not only is catch as catch can the best sport or training methodology for MMA, not only is it its own great, fantastic sport, which is why I do shoot pro wrestling, okay? But in addition, now, I've long held, my brother was law enforcement, Vegas Metro, for 25 years. I've long held that catch as catch can is going to be the best for law enforcement because of the low liability constraints, focusing on hammer locks and pinning. So these are low liability, low mortality encounters when law enforcement does have to get involved, right? Okay, we got a couple questions. Just going to get to these. Oh, what's up, Morgan? How have you maintained an image and brand you are proud of? So showing up all the time, right? I'm going to be honest with you. There are many days where I don't want to do it. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I got to get out there. But you got to do it because you believe in your thing and it's important. You have to have a mission that's bigger than you. This is why I tend not to name things after myself, right? Like I don't like that. I want to have something bigger than me. That helps, I think. So consistency, having a bigger mission and purpose, I think is important. Surrounding yourself with people better than you. I mean, dude, I go to the top and it's humbling, dude. And it's like, but now I'm actually coached by Billy Robinson. I was like his right-hand man. Wade Chalice is basically like my uncle, dude, the #1 wrestler ever. So those things, being authentic. I never ever have tried to make myself the guru or make myself like the authority, but I'm willing to fight to show you that I know what's up. If this makes sense, it's a subtle line, right? So a lot of people claim to be the best, and I'm like, no, scientific wrestling is the best, and here's why. Boom, 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 boom. So a big part also of the branding, I think, and this goes to the authenticity, is actually understanding what I call mental self-defense, which is really this idea of what are the actual informal fallacies of logic, like ad hominem, the appeal to authority, like these things that are actually important to know so you can pick shit apart of other people trying to take you down. I don't know. I hope that helps you. Rob Dent, what's up, brother? Are the next Scientific Wrestling's certifications exclusively at affiliates? You got it, brother. That's how this works. So, the certifications predated the affiliate program, so we had to change it. But it's a value add to become an affiliate, right? So we will help you become an assistant coach. That program is not going away. We are up to assistant coach. Assistant coach is mostly technique based. This is the curriculum that has been co-developed by Billy Robinson, Wade Chalice, Dick Cardinal, all the people that have been a part of Scientific Wrestling. That is the curriculum that gets you to assistant coach. But to be a full coach goes beyond just technique, okay? Being a full coach is a leadership position. So you will need the things and the tools with the affiliate program to be a full coach. That is, we need you to start running tournaments. We need you to start developing athletes. We need to start having you understand business so that your efforts are actually sustainable. These are all things baked into that second phase. So assistant coach is still there. You guys could come to these. They will be only held at affiliate gyms because it's a huge value add to draw people in. Again, because we're focusing on the business side, everybody has to make money. You could be a fucking commie. I don't give a shit. I really don't. But it's like gravity, dude. You may believe that you can fly, but I'm gonna highly recommend you don't walk off a fucking cliff. Okay. My point here is you need to learn how to make money. Period. You have to learn to provide value or sustainable. It's just how the world works, whether you like it or not. So that's a part of us hitting our goal of literally putting catch as catch can back recognized. It's not recognized, but recognized as the most impactful sport quantifiably in history. That is our mission. Does that make sense? Hope that helps. All right, guys, I'm about to jump here. Any other questions? Looking through here, scrolling. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys, I got to go help some more people. Appreciate you guys show up. Oh, hey, love from Bharat. Puneet. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you, man. Okay, I'm going to jump. Talk soon. Appreciate you guys. Catch you next time. Hope you like this.